Hi, I'm Ron Rumer, the Chief Regional Sales Director for Worldwide Stereo. Started with the company back in 1979. My role at Worldwide Stereo is, my responsibilities are our showrooms, our installation and service department. I think some of my passions is just meeting clients for the first time and really figuring out what that perfect solution is for their new home, whether they're remodeling a home or they're building a new one right from scratch. I think that's the part that I just love doing, is really working with and determine what that perfect solution is on the AV entertainment side as well as the technology. So that's the part I love about my job, is doing that. The neat thing with Sonos, from a whole home solution, is they just keep making it better, and it just works. It's easy to use. It's very, very intuitive. There's other systems that are out there, and we sell all of them, and they all are very good, but I think Sonos is really the ones that originally set the bar height when they came out with it. It's just a great product, and they really continue to make it better. And we don't see that from everybody else. One of the things that is important to us as a company and to me is what I refer to as what the true definition of the word value is. It really is, whatever you're doing, it has to be worth more than what you paid for it. And I like to use the references from the point of contact where you meet myself, or you meet one of our sales consultants in one of our showrooms. From that point of contact to how how we listen to you to figure out what that solution is, and we help you and educate you through that process, and ultimately we install it. I think the client has to put their arms around all of that, and that's what I would call the true definition of the word value. Well, Sonos fits into that because they're part of that whole surface, that whole ecosystem. Basically they've got a whole support level that we can even reach out to it as well. So the products are, I can't think of a time when we put a Sonos product in a home and then it actually failed. And then if we were to get to a job and our guys are great and they're struggling with maybe trying to get something working, we have them as a resource to reach out to. And they just pick up the phone and answer it and help us. People just come and they ask for it. There's brand recognition, which is really powerful. People know, they've heard of it, their friends have it, and you start to talk about it, they're already aware of it. And again, circling back on just the ease of use and just how well it works is pretty neat. And I think it always ends up being that foundation. Nothing that makes me happier is we'll do a big installation in somebody's home and then you give them a call back. I like to call them back, a couple days later and just check in. And when they answer the phone, you hear music playing in the background. That's where I get the most jazzed, because it's like, all right, you know what? That's it. We just did this solution for them, and there's just beautiful music playing through the home. And that's a win for everybody that's involved. The thing I really love to do is integrate Sonos into my clients' projects. I think we refer to it as the gift that keeps on giving. I think once a client starts with it, they just love it and embrace it. I can't think of an easier way to get your favorite song playing in your home, a couple of button presses. And it's an endless supply of music. There's no way you could have enough CDs to be able to replicate that. So I think to be able to have that whole house music solution that plays through every room of the home, all in sync. They can be outside by their pool, listen to music. They walk in to get a drink, and everything's just lined up perfectly. It's great. And it would be so rare for something to leave our installation facility that did not have Sonos attached to it in some way. When we meet these clients, or maybe they're building a whole home and they want a whole house music solution. So for us, really our roots is what I would call a high performance, a la carte, Dolby Digital, surround sound system. And that always would require some type of an audio video receiver. You'd have 5 speakers or more, maybe some in-wall subwoofers, big giant television. But the key to that, having that experience to match up with Sonos, is having products that work with Sonos. And Sony ES and Integra both have receivers that basically, that receiver can be installed down in the basement. You can have a Sonos port plugged into it, and you just easily go into your Sonos app. And if you just want to play music in your family room, you go to family room, you hit Sonos, you pick Pandora, Tidal, Spot, whatever you're playing, and it just starts playing. It turns the receiver on, adjusts the volume. You can group that to other parts of the house, because typically the primary entertainment location for all of our clients ends up being the family room. It's close to the kitchen. We always have a pair of speakers in the kitchen ceiling, some nice flush mounts. We take a Sonos amp, we hook up to that, and now you go into the app, couple button presses, you have the family room and the kitchen grouped together. And there's always something out in the backyard too, which is even more special, because that's just a primary entertainment space. But to be able to have that whole house music solution is pretty powerful. We were invited to go up to Sonos. We got to tour their Boston facility and really spend some time listening to some of these new products that were coming out. And the 2 new Sonos products that we had a chance to listen to are the Era 100 and the Era 300. Both great speakers. They took the one speaker and basically redid that whole thing. There's not a single part in the one when they went to the new Era 100. It just sounds better. There's 2 tweeters in it. It's better bass response. It has Bluetooth capability. It's just easier to set up and get working. They really are focusing on the end user being able to take their products out of the box and get them working quickly with no stress or anxiety. And Sonos is totally spot on that. The bulk of their equipment is all built out of recycled materials now. And if you open up the box, there's no styrofoam in there. It's just I found myself unboxing an Era 100 or 300, just getting excited. I hadn't even gotten to the speaker yet. And then you have the ability to plug it in. You get all that excitement from actually having it work. So I think that's important. And I think for a manufacturer as big as they are and the products they put out in the marketplace to be that focused on it, that says a lot. The speaker I got the most jazzed about was the Era 300. I mean, that's a whole new category of music. It's something we're all learning about it. I'm just learning about it, this spatial music with Dolby Atmos. So it really takes music the way we used to listen to, which was either one-dimensional or two-dimensional. Now it's three-dimensional. It allows the audio engineers and the artists to actually take the music and sort of have it position itself within the room. So to be able to sit there and have like the different parts of the music or even the movie be just around you in the room, and again, it didn't matter where you were. You could walk past the speaker in the corners. It was eye-opening, and I think it's going to take this entire industry and just take it to a whole nother level. I encourage everybody to get a hold of one, come to one of our showrooms, and give it a listen. You will be really jazzed by it.